Happy Wednesday, dreamers. Another blessed and grateful day as always. Hope you all had an amazing start to the day. We're just wrapping up the gym. We got into gratitude, the journaling, setting the intention here for the week, for the month, and fired up. I'm telling you guys, every day is literally one step closer coming into Baltimore, and I can't wait. So, dreamers, it's great to see everybody. Today's topic, we're going to be getting into 3 keys to the breakthrough, and this is coming straight out of the GOAT's Think and Grow Rich, my second Bible. Bring this thing with me everywhere, and I always love to touch on some of these topics because it always correlates, right? Think and Grow Rich, they laid out literally all of the steps to greatness right here, and it just takes taking a little bit of time to go ahead and go through it. So let's go ahead and get into it. I hope everybody has got your word for the month, your vision, your intention, because that's going to be step 3 of what it is that we're getting into today. So grateful to be alive, grateful for the family, for the dream team, for the access, for God to be able to breathe, work out, grow, learn, expand, and help everybody get 1% closer to the goals. I love it, love it. So today, fam, number 1, the first thing when it talks about desire, right? One of the main chapters inside of Think and Grow Rich is desire. And for a lot of us, he says, everybody has it, right? We've all had moments and periods and times of our life where we've had some serious desire. And it could be with sports, it could be with family, it could be with music, dancing. Shane, Talina, what's going on, fam? And the biggest thing to realize is if we had it at one time, it's possible to go ahead and get it back. He said sometimes all it takes is maybe a community, maybe a like-minded mentor, maybe getting around that frequency that we've been waiting to see, and it takes that energy to just light that flame. So the first step we talked about in desire, when it comes to really creating that break free, is imagining ourselves successful, right? This is part of every day what we do. We wake up, we journal, we visualize, and I don't know how many of y'all have actually been digging into the 10-minute audio. Shane and Talina, I know you already know it, the classic, the 10-minute visualization. Every morning for months, we would literally wake up and that would be the first thing that we see and the first thing that we hear. And I can tell you it completely changed the game, right? Bob Proctor, he says, how many people spend most of the day thinking so many other people's thoughts, but they haven't spent much time thinking their own thoughts to really build a future. Even Joe Dispenza, he talks about breaking the habit of being ourselves. And inside of that, he says, how many people believe that our thoughts can create our future? And when you really think about it, it's absolutely true, but not many people actually take the time to consciously think and create a vision that's in HD. And it doesn't even have to be physical yet. We don't even have to be driving the car. We don't have to be living in the house. We don't have to be even have that dream job yet or that dream position yet. But we can feel as if it's already done. And this is literally parts of the manifestation process. So number 1 is, what does that vision look like? You know, Shane, I'll never forget the times that we would talk, even on Sean's calls, about being able to quit the job. You remember that? And Sean would talk about, he's like, what does that day look like? Where you guys come in and is it sunny outside? Do you run in the door and you go tell Talina, hey, guess what? Today's the last day. And we literally built that vision before it ever even happened. And then boom, manifested dreams to reality. I'm telling you, I literally remember that like it was yesterday, but this is what we did. He was teaching us all these amazing ideologies subconsciously. We might not even known it at the time, but smart man, he knew what he was talking about. So that's number 1, imagining that. Even coming up in Baltimore, after Baltimore, what does the success look like? What is the impact? What are these lives being changed? How does that affect our day-to-day basis? The gratitude, the energy, the growth that we've been able to achieve. That's number 1. We got to be able to see it before it ever happens physically. That's number 1. Number 2, he talked about, let's remember some of our past successes. Now, when it comes to the past, I'm not one to talk much about the past unless we're going to bring a little light to it. So here's the deal. How many of you can remember some of the most energetic, vibrant, exciting times of your life? It could be some achievements. It could be some very special memories and moments. What do you think about? What comes to mind? For me, you know, I'm an athlete, so I've got a handful of amazing sports memories that I think about. We traveled to DR to play on the ESPN when I was 12, to play in the Little League World Series, something I will never forget. being able to go on the beaches and hear the conversations, the culture, the different food, right? These are amazing things that I go back and think about when I remember some of the achievements, successes. Even spelling bees. I won a couple of spelling bees when I was 7. I used to love to spell. So what are some incredible moments that you guys can go ahead and bring to the surface that you might have forgotten about lately? Because that's all it is. A lot of times when it comes to taking that next step, for so many of us, it's so easy to remember the failures, what didn't go right, what didn't work out. But you see, when you really go ahead and switch that perspective, even for me, when I started really remembering all of the greatness that's already been done, you start to see that any obstacle, any pebble that's in our way, it's irrelevant because look what we've already created. Look at the magic that we've already been able to achieve already. So it just takes a little bit of time remembering the greatness. And my mentor, he made me write down literally 500 things that we had accomplished at one point in time that we're proud of. And we forget about it. It could be graduating college, graduating high school, graduating 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way up to 10th grade. Maybe some of you were your first plane ride, riding a bike, all of these things, going hiking, all of these things are new. Getting your first car, all of these are new achievements. But we've forgotten about a lot of them. So that's number 2. Remember the greatness. And number 3, here's the deal. Number 3, he talks about what does it look like when we've stepped into the highest version. Number 2, we all remember the past amazing achievements, the list of 500. Shane, I know you remember that. That's legendary. We'll never forget that one. And the last one for today, when it comes to the third step in creating this desire, one of my all-time favorite pieces that you guys will study from Napoleon Hill in Think and Grow Rich is he says, how many of us can really dig deep and think about why it is that we're doing what we're doing? Why we're doing what we're doing. You know, some of my family, even right now, they're going through it. I'm helping them pay their bills. Some of them have serious doctors and emergency and ambulances that's sitting, that's waiting. Some of them, their health is diminishing. So I've started to realize that time waits on no man. And for some of us, it takes a little bit older to realize that till we're 80 or 90. For some of us, we've realized that a little bit younger. But inside of here, he really breaks down there's 2 types of people. Somebody that ends up committing to the things that we are afraid to do, or somebody that ends up 80, 90 years old and living in regret. And Gary Vee actually posted a meme this morning. He had a picture of himself right now, and he had a picture of himself at like 99. And he says, one person took action, one person's wondering what if. Which side would you rather be? And the moment that we truly begin to realize how fast time goes, the moment that we really start to step into a different type of purpose, priority, action, leading to a completely different results. So this is the biggest piece I would say when it comes to getting outside of the comfort zone, when it comes to really stretching and thinking much bigger, much sooner. Why are we doing what we're doing? How much time do we have left with our grandparents? You know, somebody right now, they're taking a flight this afternoon to go ahead and go see their family because there was just an incident. In a blink of an eye, somebody didn't wake up. So for how many of us, everyone knows how much time, look, you guys remember the sand, right? The bottle of sand, how there's 2 sides? Everybody knows how much is in the bottom of the jar. Nobody knows how much time is left. Nobody knows how many grains of sand that we still have left to live. And I noticed that with my sister. She passed away at 28 years old in 2014. And it taught me a very, very powerful point. We can wait for tomorrow. We can have all of these dreams and aspirations, but we'll never know what we could have become if we never took the action, if we never went out and created that business, if we never went out and made that video, created that relationship. Years ago, all of this changed when I started reading books, getting around mentorship and learning about these laws of success. And there's a reason why Napoleon Hill, they've written and put all of these keys right here. They've made the success, they've made impact, they've changed their mindset, they've got a better connection with their creator, they've been able to impact their family, they've been able to give back and give serious value to society. So all of the keys are laid out with mentorship, getting around the right community, and really just holding the vision, trusting the process. Because I know if you're on this call, if you're listening, there's no doubt in my mind whether success is on the way. It's already here. It's already here. It's just getting aligned with it. And I believe each and every one of us are exactly where we need to be with the right people, right time, right place. And I know we are just getting started. Anything you need, fam, we got your back all day long. If you feel like you've been looking for a community, a winning team, people that believe in you, people that want to see you become the best version of yourself, there's never been a better time than right here, right now, to go ahead and get locked in. Love you, fam. It's game time. Let's go.